Hi there, welcome back to Mr. Meal's Music. I'm Anthony Meal. It's time to learn how to play the game extras for Six Little Ducks. But before we do, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can stay up to date with all my videos. And also, if you're not familiar with the original game, be sure to check out the original game tutorial video that I made, and then you'll be set for the game extras. Alrighty, now your kids know how to play the basic version with just the tap, tap, leg, leg, hand, hand, and pass and grab. Now, for the extra fun, I break my kiddos up into separate ponds around the classroom. Now, it depends on how big your classes are. I usually have maybe 3 or 4 ponds in the classroom. As you're creating your separate ponds around the room, a pond would just be a group of students sitting in a circle. If you have a group of 6 kiddos in a pond, it's not going to work. So you're going to want to have maybe a pond of 4, maybe a pond of 7 or 8 or 5, but just not 6. Otherwise, that special stick is always going to wind up with the starter. Then I tell this grand story of how pond number 1 is this gross, disgusting, dried up, polluted, yucky pond. And all the little ducks there that are sitting are so sad. Pond number 2 is a little nicer. It's bigger for sure, but it's still kind of yucky and cold. Pond number 3, it's a nice, beautiful pond. But the water's still a little chilly. And maybe pond number 4 would be this peaceful, serene, perfectly temperatured pond, and all the ducks are just happy there. So all the ducks are hoping to get to pond number 4. Now, and then the students would play the game, tapping and passing, and each pond would have its own special stick. So the song would happen and each pond would be playing and passing their sticks. At the end of the song, the student or the duck that has the stick is going to stand up with their goofy stick, and they're going to be moving to another pond. So the duck that was in pond 1 is going to move to pond 2. The pond 2 duck would go to pond 3, the pond 3 duck would go to pond 4, and the pond 4 duck, unfortunately, would have to go to pond 1. So every pond is hoping to get this goofy stick except pond 4, because they wind up going from this heavenly, amazing pond to this gross, yucky pond. Now, as that duck is going to the new pond, they don't have to sit in the spot of the duck that got out. They get to choose anywhere in the pond to sit, and all the other duckies are going to move for them. Once your kiddos get the hang of it, then I would teach them a little interlude, and they would have to be readjusted in their new pond by the time the song is ready to start again. Usually like an 8-beat or 16-beat interlude, so they can travel to the next pond and be ready to go. So once your kiddos really understand how to play the game where the leftover duck gets to travel to the new pond, then I would add one final stick to each pond. So if all the ducks had blue sticks and then the moving duck had red sticks, I'd maybe add a yellow stick to each pond. And the yellow stick would do the exact opposite of what the red stick did. So if I was in pond 1 and I got the red stick, I'd go, yay, I get to move up to pond 2. The yellow stick would go in the reverse direction. So they would actually go from pond 1 all the way to pond 4. So the yellow would be moving typically counterclockwise around the ponds. The red would be going clockwise around the ponds. So this would only be for classes that really show they can do the basic version with switching ponds, because this gets incredibly confusing. And it's not fun when you have to continually stop and get kiddos rearranged. Then they just kind of lose the steam and the zest for the game. So I would only teach this to classes that really understand the basic part of the game with the moving of the sticks. And then it's always great fun. You tell them there's one final round left, and hopefully they can move to a slightly nicer pond. And the kiddos that are in pond 4 are just crossing their fingers that they don't wind up with a goofy stick, a red one or a yellow one. Otherwise they have to leave their wonderful pond. So that's a fun way to play Six Little Ducks. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. And if this video was helpful for you, please hit the like button. And as always, share. And I will catch you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
6 little ducks that I once knew. Fat one's skinny, one's fair, one's too. But the one little duck with the feather on his back, he led the others with